Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Director of Operations, Deputy Director of Traffic Operations of the Gambia Post Authority. We are faced with the problem of hierarchy, because the objective of calling this meeting is for the Managing Director to actually come, because he's the head of the institution. But as we have explained, he's on casual leave, and he's in fact out of the country with restriction.
Yes.
So on the basis of that, the two of you have taken it upon yourselves to come and represent the institution.
He mandated us.
He mandated you?
Yes. There was a letter that...
Okay, that was my explanation. Anyway, good.
There was a letter.
Yeah, okay.
I have the letter there. And the Deputy Managing Director minuted the letter to me so that I can attend this August gathering.
Yeah, as long as the two of you can represent him. In fact, now it's clear that he has mandated you to represent him.
That was a letter that you guys.
So please, can you now administer the photo?
And he'll be coming, I guess, during the weekend, apparently.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, Chair.
Yeah.
Who delegated the notice responsibility for you? Is it the director or managing director or the deputy?
Sorry, you know there was a letter that you guys wrote. When the letter came, the MD is out of town.
Yeah.
Then the deputy managing director told me to attend this gathering. Going to say attendance urgent. So that's the letter.
Can we have that?
Yes.
Sorry,
So why did he himself come as deputy?
The deputy is...
She's indisposed. She's indisposed.
The deputy too is indisposed.
Yes.
Okay. Can you make a complaint? And in return they are document to them.
Your pen.
Okay. So now we can, as per our regulations and the constitution, anybody who comes before this committee should take vote or affirmation.
No,
whatever you choose.
I can take the Quran. Let me perform ablution first and take the Quran and swear.
You want the Quran or affirmation?
Okay, let me take the affirmation. Both of us can take that.
Yes.
Yeah. No big man speaks here without taking
Can I start?
Yes.
Stand.
We both start.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do it together. One by one.
Lamin Sane.
I, Lamin Sane, do affirm that I will speak the truth,
I speak the truth,
the whole truth, nothing but the truth,
nothing but the truth.
so help me God.
So help me. Sure.
Yes. I, Abu Jilan, do affirm that I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sani.
Yes, sir.
As you know, we've all heard about this scandal, financial scandal at the Gambia Ports Authority.
Yeah.
In the grapevine.
Yes.
And eventually some online newspapers also published something about the scandal.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a scandal. The question is, did the Ports Authority actually establish an audit panel to investigate this scandal?
Thank you very much, sir. I guess I can run down through.
Just bring the mic closer to
Closer to your ear.
No. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yes, it's okay. We can hear that. Oh, no, just push the
Okay, push it over there.
Yeah, of course. Just be comfortable.
It's okay now?
Yeah.
Well, I can run through down events chronically so that we understand what the GPA management action plan, the management action plan that was taken to co-op this.
In relation to this?
In relation, it's all in relation to this.
Okay.
From the board, from management to the board, and other sectors that are very, very important.
Okay.
First, when the news was, when the report came, spread of the news, the leakage at the rating unit of the traffic department, GPA, which took place around late February, early March. At the time, when GPA picked up the news and the emergency meeting was held, emergency management meeting was held to look into the matter, which was done on the 1st March 2022. From the outcome of the meeting held by management, a task force was constituted on the 2nd March 2022 to investigate the matter and report to management. The members of the task force selected by management were Aida Kombo, Aida K. Mane, GPA Internal Audit, Bamba Koli, Harbors, Darboe Koli, Customer Service and Business Development. The report of the task force that investigated the matter was submitted to management on the 16th, because we gave them a deadline and a timeline so that they can report.
16th of March.
16th of March, 2020.
16th.
Yes, 16th of March. Submission was made. On the 4th of March, the following rating clerks, that is the personnel that are involved in that department where the leakage is taking place, were interdicted by GPA management. On the 4th of March, that is, whilst the investigation was taking place. And the name of these clerks are Rakiba, who was a senior clerk, Kumbasar, who was a senior clerk, Binta Sala, a superintendent, and Sopna, a supervisor.
They were sent on leave.
Interdicted.
Oh,
Yes,
interdicted.
sent on leave.
What do you mean?
Huh?
When we say interdicted, what do you mean?
Interdict, that is to have a half salary pending the investigation, outcome of the investigation. Because you don't have a clue of what is really this thing.
But just they were reporting.
No, they
They
don't.
stay at home.
They stay at home. They cannot.
Yes.
Is there Rahiba, Kumba?
Wait.
Rakiba,
The first person is deeper, something deeper. They are writing. Rakiba.
Rakiba, Kumbasar, Binta Sala, and Sopna Poja.
4 of them.
4 of them were sent on leave. They were at the rating, doing the ratings.
Okay.
What is the first name of that Buddha?
Sopna Poja.
But they will give us the report anyway.
Yes,
They
yes.
will give us the report.
Exactly.
Yes, okay.
Just be glad to capture, but for us.
The matter was eventually handed over to police
Okay.
for investigation.
And that date?
The date is that.
When was that date? Police?
When did you hand over the party?
I guess it was after, on the 6th, before the 16th, on the 8th of March, something like that. They were, the matter was reported to the police for further investigations.
So between 8 to 16.
16th, yes.
Please, you will give us that date.
Yes,
Exactly.
the exact date, I'll try to get it
Yeah.
when I get back, because I don't have it here. I was just trying to get this,
Yeah.
some of this information for you guys so that you can work.
Exactly.
Later on the 25th March 2022, the police wrote to GPA management requesting the authority to have a special audit at the said department covering the period from 1st June 2019 to 29 February 2022, and later to furnish the police with the report.
He said from 25th March.
The 25th March of
1st June 2019
Yes, June.
to 29 February 2022,
2019.
so that they carry out a special
It's an
audit.
investigation.
Special audit.
Okay.
Special audit
Sorry.
for that period.
Yes. You mean 25th March 2022, the police wrote to the GPA and
Yes.
requested for an audit report.
Yes.
And what is the next date that you just
Not yet.
To conduct a special audit.
audit?
Yeah.
that was
Yes, to conduct a special audit.
Between the first
To the 20th.
of
First
June
June
to
to
29.
Okay.
Cost of 29.
Well,
And I guess there is a letter pertaining to that 25th March, which I can submit to the
yeah.
August body,
Okay.
which is here with me.
Yes, please.
we will need all.
Huh?
We will need all.
Okay, that's it. That's it here.
Yes, please.
But can I have a photocopy of this document
Yeah,
so
you
that I
will.
put it in my?
They are originals.
No, they are not original. It's a photocopy. I took
We
them
will
from-
return it, we will copy it.
We copy it. We
Okay,
copy
okay, sir. Okay. On the 22nd March 2022, an emergency board meeting was held pertaining to this suspected revenue leakage at the rating unit.
22nd March.
Yes. Further to the outcome of the meeting, staff of the rating unit and delivery unit were interdicted.
Okay, it's repetition of what?
No, it's not repetition.
No.
You know, initially,
Can you address the chair, please? Let
Oh,
us all-
sorry. Okay, sorry, I
don't know how
apologize.
you address the chair, please.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not clear.
Yeah.
So is it the four that have been interdicted? Is it the same one that is video or is it different ones?
no, it's a
No,
different. I'll just elaborate
Yeah.
so that you understand.
Yeah.
You know, initially, as management, we took 4 of them. They were the main district because the rumors was all about those guys. So we had to interdict them. So later, when the board met, the assistant manager and the manager were interdicted again, plus another unit. That is the delivery and documentation unit.
Okay.
Some of their members too were interdicted.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And namely, I can give their names too.
Delivery on?
Delivery and documentation unit.
Yeah.
And namely is in the name of Alaji Mane, Alaji Maron.
Maron.
Yes, Maron, sorry.
Why Maron?
Yande Menga.
Mega.
Menga.
Menga.
M-B-E-N-G-A.
Menga.
Alaji Maron was a rating manager.
Rating manager.
Yande Menga was the assistant manager of rating.
Assistant.
Yes. Then you have the delivery and documentation unit, which is Hussein Khan.
Delivery
And documentation unit. You know, you have the rating.
Yeah.
I can explain to you what we, these are Ford Jaguars.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, let me just come in.
Yes, that's better.
Can I come in or you want to ask?
Yeah, please. Right.
Okay. You know the rating RS, when you have
that's the last name. I told you say 4.
yes, Alaji Marom, Yande Menga.
Yeah,
Yes, these are ratings.
Okay.
From the rating department unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then from the delivery and documentation unit, you have Hussein Khan,
Yes.
who was the assistant manager.
Assistant manager.
Yes. Delivery and documentation unit.
Okay.
JC Lum.
Jesse.
JC Lum.
You mean J as in John?
John.
John.
C. Lum.
John.
JC room, huh?
Yes, it's John C. Lum.
Okay.
He's a supervisor at the delivery and documentation unit. And Bintu Jani.
Bintu.
Jani, yes. Who was a senior clerk at the delivery and documentation unit.
Senior clerk.
Yes. This was, they were interdicted,
Yeah.
pending the outcome of the police investigation into the matter.
Very good.
Yeah, you know the police, they wrote on the 25th March,
Yes.
requesting for a special audit.
Yeah.
Then the GPA management wrote to the Auditor General, National Audit Office, to conduct a special audit covering from that period, that is 1st June 2019 to 28 March 2022.
Is it 28 or 29?
Well, 29, it should be 29.
29.
No, 28, sorry.
28.
Yeah, the letter is 28.
Earlier mentioned 29.
Yes, it's a mistake, because the letter here states 28.
It's 28.
Yes, sorry for that.
Okay. 28.
Covering the period from 1st June 2019 to 28 February 2022, as requested by the police.
Yeah.
So I have that's the letter which the GPA management sent to the National Audit Office, which I can surrender. Just let me have my copy so that I
No, you definitely
yes,
have.
yes, yes, sir. Then on the 8th April, 11, on the National Audit Office acknowledged the request that was sent to them with a meeting which was held with GPA management on the 8th. They came on the 8th. April 2022 to discuss the way forward and the modalities.
April, date was
8th April
2020.
2022. From 8th April 2022 to date, the audit exercise with NEA is in progress right now, at the final stage, I guess. They are in the port authority as of now, as I'm speaking.
the audit.
Yeah, the special audit, the National Audit Office, doing the special audit.
On 22nd of April, today.
Yes, from the 8th of April.
Okay.
They are doing
Sorry, 8th of April.
yes, they are doing the exercise as of now. So right now they are in the port area.
Okay.
So these
So
are
the police, request for a special audit,
yes.
and it is from the 1st June,
1st June 2019,
1st June 2019,
19, yes, to 28 February 2022.
1st June 2019,
19.
19.
Wow. 2019
to
28 February 2022.
The request of the police.
the police for special audit
For them to
carry on a special audit. This was the period from 1st of June 2019 to 28 February 2022.
so which means the scandal is not 2020.
No, this
No,
is beyond
this,
that.
it's, you know, the scandal started, what we've noticed is,
Yeah.
we're going back. When there is a problem, you don't just stick to one thing. You
Okay.
have to roll back and see whether actually there was a problem at that given time. So we have to roll back from 2019
Yeah.
up to 2020.
20 April
Yes, up to 2022.
2020. Okay.
Because we've, based on these things, there were certain tasks, mitigating measures that were taken to avert such things from happening again. When you are ready, I can give you the detailed information of what we've done to avert such things from happening again as management.
Okay. Okay, let me know in the Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. Mitigated measures taken to avoid recurrence of such things from happening. First, what we did is, as a management team, to redeploy. You know, those people are suspended, so you have to redeploy people to that unit to beef it up. Redeployment was made to have Mr. Darboe, Business Development Manager, to replace the rating manager. The support staff include the following: Ajikewe Bangura.
So the new rating manager is
Dauda,
Mr. Dauda.
yeah, who has a master's in port and shipping.
Mr. Dauda.
Koli. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Let him continue reading because they will hand it over to us.
He's reading.
Yeah. Sometimes we stop him. We want to take that one.
No, it's just the name.
He's faster than you. Oh, okay. You get it.
Yeah, you know the rule is he must tell us first. Otherwise, we just don't think from him.
Yes, otherwise I'll just hand over the paper and go
He's
to my...
giving evidence.
No, what
So,
do you do? Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
But feel free to stop me at any given
No
time
problem.
so that I can help.
The redeployment continue.
Redeployment. Dauda Koli was redeployed as rating manager. Then Ajikewe Bangura was redeployed to be the superintendent at the rating. Usman Tambedu was redeployed to the rating department, who has a, diploma in port and shipping too. Ajikewe Bangura, who has a BSc in economics.
This one about Usman.
Usman Tambedu. Then Aisha Kuli and Fatih Jame were redeployed to that unit. That was given to the rating manager, the guy who is redeployed there, to make sure things are, mitigating measures are taken to avoid the recurrence of such things from happening. To verify all calculations of store handling charges on DOs as a date of payment. It has to verify all payments that are made at that unit, being the higher listing. Everything has to pass through him. He signs, stamps, and everything, so that we mitigate these things from happening. Liability for subsequent, after DOs has already been paid, should be raised under a new DO. You can have a DO, delivery order. You pay when you pay.
Only little clarification.
Yes.
Is required.
Huh?
I said I just need little clarification.
Yes, sir.
You know, we're talking about the investigation.
Yeah.
The police ask you to investigate.
Yes.
Or to make an audit.
Yeah.
And then they give you a period to make the audit. So did the auditors actually did their auditing?
They are doing their, that's what I said.
You are saying they are still on the auditing?
Yes. They are doing their auditing right now.
They are still on the auditing?
Yes, the National Audit Office.
Okay.
I give rundown of events, which I mentioned the National Audit. So they are there right now doing their auditing.
They are doing that.
When it is ready, it is submitted to management to the board as an oversight body. When it comes to good governance, then we'll hand over to the police, whoever is responsible. They will face the consequence.
But you have the preliminary report.
Yes, I'll
You
give
have that?
Yes, I'll give you a preliminary, but it's not conclusive.
Yeah, that's the preliminary.
Yes, that's just preliminary. I'll give you the report. I'll hand over you the report and everything. And, So can I continue with the mitigating factors? Yes. The rating manager to produce settles on liabilities on saw handling charges on a daily basis. It is done every day. Whatever is collected, it's passed through, it's sent to everyone, so that we all see what is really going on.
Exactly.
A stamp was introduced bearing expiry date on liability of saw handling charges, and all copies of the DO are stamped. Because nowadays people are very smart, especially when you are dealing with these clearing agents. They are one step ahead of everyone. They just want to extort money, full stop. So what we did is we have a stamp. All the DOs are stamped, the 3 copies are stamped with expiry date at any given time. You see it's red, we'll tell you that that's the expiry date of this thing. When it expires, you have to go and pay extra charge. The authorized signature is only to sign for delivery when the cycle is completed from the search and delivery and documentation. First time when the DO comes, you pay, it is signed by authorized personnel. So it stops there. Now we have to reverse. Before those guys sign, you have to pass through all the processes. Then they will sign so that the cargo can go out. Daily delivery statistics about the previous day transaction is submitted daily. All the transactions that takes place yesterday, it's submitted today, so that we are able to see what is really going on. An IT system for saw handling management is built and is about to be launched. Because the human interface, that's what we don't want. We want an IT platform where everything is done on an IT platform. So the system is built, the training will take place by next week, and Monday. And after the training of that, we'll launch it. And the shipping agencies can just interface with us using electronic delivery orders even, without the human interface. Because with every system that you have, the best system, the interface, try to minimize it as much as possible. And all saw handling payments are lodged to the bank nowadays. You don't go and pay to GPA, you pay to the bank directly. We have a cashier, we have a bank over there, the GTP, which has helped us a lot. So you don't have to deal with any cash. Once you rate it, everything is done, you go to the bank straight away and pay and get your receipt, and the process takes place. So these are the mitigating factors that we are taking, because I saw it on the letter that what are the mitigating factors that we are taking to avoid such recurrence. So these are the things that we do to avoid recurrence of such mistakes. And redeployment was made with highly qualified personnel. Highly qualified personnel, with MSCs, with BSCs, with ports and shipping. So in a nutshell, that was the whole issue. The management action that we took, the board, GPA, and the mitigating factors that we did to avoid such things from happening in the port again.
Okay, thank you very much. Members,
Yes. Can I? Will you pass that?
Yeah, can you?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the preliminary report?
No, the report is, the preliminary report is here.
Documents from the police and the letter we go to NA.
So,
Okay.
that's the preliminary report.
Thank you. Here is it.
And,
Here is
Order
it.
one is copy.
Yeah.
yeah,
That-
that's
that's
a
copy.
copy of that report.
Yeah, we'll hand it. The report.
Yes, the copy of the report and the other letters, so that I can file it,
Yes, yes.
please.
You mean this?
Yes.
You need a copy of this? They are not
This is the only copy.
Okay, take that one, sir. Take that one. I'll go and get another one.
That should be our concern.
Yeah.
Our concern.
The GPA has more money, so they can.
But I've come here, I saw you guys drinking tea. You didn't ask me for tea even.
No, they should. No, they should have given.
There's no tea for me. So I just go out and say,
No.
my uncle didn't serve me tea. or what?
It's easy. We are content with the water.
No, but that was only supposed to be. If you are here, you should serve the tea.
It's just
No, I'm just teaching you. I'm not insulted.
But that's
I
our
will call you,
culture.
but
That's our culture.
yeah. It's our culture.
Okay.
yeah, I guess the tea will finish by next week. So any given time, I'll come on.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mr. Sani
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Gillen,
Yes, sir.
the petitioners are requesting that you publish your preliminary report. You share it with the public. That's what they are saying. So I don't know what plans you have.
Well, I guess.
in doing that.
Sorry, sir. Let me just. Yes, what I think is
Yeah.
the report is not conclusive as of now. This is just a preliminary report.
Yeah.
The report that they should be asking is the audit report.
Yeah.
The audit report, which will be out, when it is out, it will be public. That's very, very.
So the preliminary report is out, but not the audit report.
No, the audit report is
The
not.
audit report is not yet
It's not yet out. So
Okay.
that's why you have the auditors over there doing their work. When it is ready, it should be for public consumption.
Okay.
People should know what is really going on and the like.
Yes,
No,
Honorable.
yeah, I wanted to make an observation, but since you started questioning, I think we continue questioning, because my suggestion would have been, we allow the second witness, because I think they are all interrelated. We allow the second witness to finish his testimony, the questions can come in. But since he talked about the preliminary report, yeah, I have this question for you, Mr. Sani.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we all know that it's because of the scandal
Yeah.
that warranted your humble office to launch on this crusade and the involvement of the police. But our concern here is, were you approached by any media house, online media, for your preliminary report? Because we believe for good governance and transparency, whenever you embark on something like this, I don't think it's harm for people to have access to that. We know that the larger investigation will come to light. But as far as the preliminary report is concerned, were you approached by any media house
Well,
for them to have access to this information?
Well, one thing I'll tell you is the communication officer is not there. You know, we have a communication officer at the port level who deals with the media, the social medias and the like.
Okay.
But to tell you the truth, there were so many, how to call it? I can fully remember there was a press release that was released by GPA, even informing the public that after the outcome, the report will be given to everyone. That was a public listing. You know, the GPA is a public-owned enterprise, so we have to be accountable in anything that we do, inshallah. But The communication officer, I'll talk to the communication officer. I guess he has done so many steps. There was a press release. He was communicating with them. You look at the standard news and all those points. He was writing to them.
You are fine?
Yes.
Can you please give this? This copy.
Those are the 2 copies, huh?
Give this copy.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Sane and Mr. Jida. During your submission, you earlier mentioned to this committee that you established a task force to investigate the matter. GPA to investigate the alleged corruption report at the GPA. But this was done on the 16th of March. And you earlier mentioned to us that Binta Sala, Rakiba, Kumbasar, Sona Bojang, among others, were laid off on the 4th of March. Does that mean that these staffs were laid off before this investigation?
No, what happened is, it's not a layoff, it's an interdiction. They are on half salary because the actual problem is from that department. So you have to lay them off. Do your investigation, interdict them, pay them half salary. Then after the investigation, if they are all free, you give them back their money. You have to pay them. So it's an interdiction.
It's not layoff.
It's not layoff. It's wrong to lay off, otherwise they will sue us to court even. And we're going to pay a lot of money.
That's correct.
Yeah,
but the thing is now the preliminary report is out. Are the 3 staff still on the interdiction?
Yeah, they are still on the interdiction because you are doing the audit report is coming. When the audit report comes out, you know we have to send it to the police.
Yeah.
If any one of them is vindicated, if anyone should dance with you, that's it. So, but you have to have an audit report, a detailed audit report, to know actually the modalities or whatsoever you are.
Yes, my second question is on the 25th of March 2022, police requested for an audit report from the Gambia Port Authority. From the 1st of June 2019 to the 28th of February 2022.
Yes,
Yes, that means that Gambia Port Authority are not submitting their activity report or management letter to the FPAC.
This is an investigation which is taking place. You know, we have a report, preliminary report, that was sent to the police. They were checking. When they checked too, they thought that it's wise enough to have an audit report, special audit to be done on that shorthand, in particular this thing. So when they wrote, we had to write to the National Audit Office, and when they wrote, they are doing their audit report. Okay.
Yes. Honorable.
Now, as the object of the petitioners, the petitioners complain.
Yeah.
And you have affirmed for us that the submission was done since 16th of March.
March, yes.
All right. As you said, I agree with you. If investigation is on, we should give time it to be completed. But our concern here is access to information. At any stage of investigation or your first findings at your official level, I believe that report should be shared with the general public. That's my take. I don't know what is your staff.
Yes. Earlier I said that the report is not conclusive. You don't have to tamper with your investigation. If you give it to the public, they tamper with it, you cannot do a proper investigation. So that's why we are using this National Audit Office to do a special audit. So that at the end of the day, we have a correct, conclusive report, which is accessible to every individual. Because the port belongs to the public. It's not Lamin Sane's port or whatsoever sport. It belongs to everyone. So at the end of the day, everyone will be, it should be transparent. That's what I believe. And that's what's going to happen. But just allow us to have this special audit that is taking place by the National Audit Office. I hope very, very soon it will be complete. Then it goes to our board, then it is shared to everyone. Inshallah.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Sani, the generation we have now is social media generation.
I understand, sir.
And even within the...
Hey, no, I'm just Uncle?
It's our oversight. It's our oversight.
No, sorry, I'm joking.
Yes. So if the investigation is taking a bit long, and people go very anxious, and they keep leaking the information, it is the duty of the GPA to respond to some of those informations that are being leaked, especially if they are adverse. For example, I give you, they say from 2020 to 2021, there is an accounted amount of money, amounting to something like $25 million. That's not small money.
Oh no.
So with that type of leakage, don't you think it is important to come up with clarification or to come up with authentication to the public?
Yes.
All the rumors done.
That's what I was just.
So that mention is the email of the GPA. Before you actually come up with your audit report, a lot of information would have gone to damage the reputation of the institution.
That's what I was just telling to my brother.
Yeah.
We have a communication officer who was communicating with all the social media platforms, with the newspapers and the like. You have it. And there was a press release that was made by GPA on television and all those stuff pertaining to this fraud. Or if you want to follow every social media, then we might lose the investigation that is taking place.
Okay. What? Yeah, you're right. It looks like this one.
Nowadays, social media.
Yeah, they are very,
Yeah.
very powerful. Yes. So what can you tell us, in brief, what can you tell us about the preliminary report?
This report?
Yes.
The report was done by 3 personnel, as mentioned earlier. That is either from the Bamboo Koli and Darboe Koli. They were selected by the management to look into the affairs of certain transactions that were taking place on that rating district. So if you read through, you can see everything that was written. But it's not conclusive. I have to be very honest, because we have to type the document, because it was in a haste. We gave them 2 weeks, 1 week or whatsoever. So they were crossing things. So that's why.
Yes. Yeah. Was there any team set up by your institution, headed by Yaya Pito Kasama, a former managing director of GPA?
Team?
Yes, to investigate. It was.
No, it wasn't. Okay, I can just.
Because Honorable Chair.
Yes.
I don't know whether you can go to this submission made by our witnesses. They have stated that is it standard or is it standard voice? If you look at the last paragraph, the 7-member board is chaired by Yaya Pito Kasama, a former managing director of GPA, the composition includes 3 members from GPA and the dock workers.
No, sorry, let me explain to you. This is different. You know, GPA, you have this dock labor scheme, which has been there since I wasn't born.
Labor scheme.
Labor scheme, dock labor scheme.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we want to privatize that dock labor scheme. And Yaya Gassama is the chairman of that dock labor scheme. 50% GPA will have 50% on that stake on the new company. Then the dock workers will have 50%, so that we have a private dock labor scheme. You will not hear strike again. Their terms and conditions will be better. Everything will be better for them. Better wages and all those stuff. So that's different. That's for the dock labor scheme. He's the chairman of the dock labor scheme now. Yeah. The company will kickstart very, very soon. It's registered. It will kickstart very, very soon.
So did the investigation also, is it extended to your unit? Or there is a delegation on your unit as well?
The rating department?
The traffic operations.
The traffic operations,
yes.
The rating is within the traffic.
Within the traffic.
And the delivery and documentation is within the traffic.
Yeah.
So that's
So
why.
we are talking about duplicating receipts. And
Well,
this is quite a lot of money, because he's saying about a week, in a week it is 4 million.
No, no.
That's the allegation. I'm just
That's on the huge side. If we have that type of money, then the port will be somewhere else. Our revenues. One thing I have to tell you, our revenues.
Yeah.
The chunk of it comes from stevedore and harbors, not even the traffic. So when they say 4 million per day or per week, mashallah, if we have that type of money, then we'll build the port.
So they are saying the information comes from the GPA itself. Sources at the GPA inform the standard.
But
some employees at the unit, traffic operations.
You know, people are backward. You know people now.
No, I know, I'm putting an allegation.
Yeah, you know people nowadays. I can always sit with my phone and send wrong signals.
Okay.
Maybe you are not au fait with systems. You are not au fait with really what is going on. That's why you have people, they will just come, pump. You see, just for example, the dock level scheme, they are telling an investigation was set up by Mr. Yaya Gassama, the managing director.
No,
so Mr. Sani,
yes, sir.
You know the legal procedure is that when a newspaper publishes something, this is standard. It's standard newspaper. It's a legally established newspaper. So when they say something about, or they report something about your institution, and there is no reaction from the institution to refute the allegations, many people are likely to believe that.
Well, let me tell you one.
So,
sorry, can I comment?
Yeah, you can come.
Let me tell you one thing. As I alluded before, when this news came out, one thing, first, there was a press release that was done, GRTS, every to the standard papers. And we had so many this thing with our communication officer, exchanging with them, calling him every now and then. He's exchanging words with them and the like. And honestly, we wrote through the Standard Charter. If you look at there are some of their newspapers, there was a counter this thing that came on by our communications officer. So I guess, you know, with this social media now, they will just go and write.
It's not the social media per se, but it's the law.
I understand.
Access law.
I understand.
We pass the law here. We give them the opportunity.
That's right. Are you a lawyer, sir?
So maybe you can look at this report, please.
Yes, Mr. Mani.
Yes. Is that not
That's
from your...
our communication
Your communications
Officer.
Officer.
Let me see. That's our communication officer.
Yes. So this is coming from your communication officer, and he's talking about $25 million unaccounted.
Yes, as of now. That's what the report said. That's
As of now.
As of now.
Okay.
The preliminary report.
Yes.
But it's not conclusive.
Yes, preliminary report. Yes.
Yes, and we have to make sure we do justice
Yeah.
to the document. You cannot just come, someone writes and you say, yes, that's 25 million. In between, it can be higher, it can be lower. So that's why an independent guy came in.
Audit.
National Audit Office. They are right now, they are in the office doing their auditing.
Yeah.
It's very independent. When they are ready with their, this thing, how to call it, with their report,
Yeah.
it will be very transparent
Okay.
to management, to the board, and to the public, I guess.
Thank you. Unless anybody has any issue.
That's your.
Mr. Sane and Mr. Gillen, we thank you very much. Yeah. Unless
Do
Mr.
you
Gillen,
work on the same report?
No.
No, I'm deputized.
No.
I'm his deputy. And you know, and he take the lead role.
Yeah.
Yes. So
We've been
if
working
he needs
together.
me for any backup,
Yeah.
you know, he will just
He will tell you.
point to me to
Yeah.
We've
then
been
go
working
ahead.
together for the
Yes.
past.
So
35
the fact
years.
that
Yeah.
you know he is giving everything.
Satisfied with that?
Yes, yes, I'm fine with that. But if he mentions, you know, for me to carry on with any information, yes, I'll do so.
You know, we've been working for the past 35 years. We grew up in the port.
Yeah.
do we have a time frame for audit?
The audit, what I'll do is, I'll have to consult the MD, the DMD, so that they give us a time frame, so that we can pass it on to you guys. So that
Once you know the time frame.
yes, please. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for the effort and time. We are very grateful.
Thank you very
For all the information. And if we need you or your institution at any time, we definitely call you back.
Yeah, any given time,
Yeah.
just consult the MD, because I guess by next week he's around,
Right.
so that he can just come and throw light on whatever we've.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
please.
much for having us.
Very concerned. You know, if you will not have problem. If you go, you will not have problem.
Nkata understand?
Sir,
But one thing also.
No, let them serve you outside. Tell them. If you want lemon and tea or whatever, you will tell them. They will give it to you.
It's okay. Mother.
Okay.
Nkata you won't suit it.
Let's wait until they do.
Yeah.
We just discuss it here.
okay.
Yes.